So yeah.
And we're live. Oh,
Hi.
By the
did I
way,
bring up the odometer?
Hey guys.
What's
Gotta
that? What's that say?
hear that echo
Oh, there it
again.
is. All right, and
What
we're
happened?
back. No
We're
echo?
good? You hear echo again?
Nice.
Yes.
As long as it's mostly me.
Cool.
Yeah. How you guys been? I haven't talked to you all week.
Fucking great, man.
busy as hell.
Working. All I do is work.
All you do is work.
All I do is work. Yeah, sir?
You should be a millionaire by now.
If only it were that easy.
Is that what you're sticking to him? He's a millionaire?
No.
What
It's a D game. All right.
about you? How's work been for you?
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, I feel that. Must be in
Building a new shop. And I got concrete work and shit I got to do.
Ooh.
All kinds of run electrical and plumbing and all that bullshit. I do a lot of stuff for a mechanic. A lot of carpentry for a mechanic.
A lot of what?
Carpentry.
Carpentry.
What'd you think
More
he
than-
said?
Something about cokentry.
Coconut tree.
Isn't that
That's some coconut tree. What's up?
isn't that where you like breed animals or something?
I think it's something
That's
like that.
that's
You jack off
that's
goats and you
husbandry. Husbandry is what you're thinking of.
oh, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Well, at least somebody knows.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Intro?
One.
Sure. You gotta wait for him to ask.
The crazy fat guy.
And we are back.
And we're back. All the Record Music Show.
Yeah.
You've been pretty quick on that one.
Yeah.
He just finished the bike.
How's it? Yeah. Just built 2 motorcycles and a hot rod. And I found a tea bucket I'm going to pick up and start putting together. Like, I don't have enough to do.
Right.
A tea bucket?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's modeled after like a 1923 Ford T, Model T.
Oh,
So it's
know
basically
what that
a
is.
frame and engine and a bucket.
Nice.
And usually you build around like a 600 horsepower small block Chevy.
are we talking about a bicycle or
Yes.
cool?
Yeah, 600 horsepower bike.
That's fucking cool.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
the fuck? Where did you find it? My lord.
I was just gonna let you
our-
ride with it.
Nobody gives a fuck.
I see what you did there.
Nobody gives a fuck what I'm building around here. Let's get to our guests.
Yeah. So we have people. You can kind of see one of them.
If he scoots over a little bit.
This way?
There you go.
There you go.
You're okay to be close to
In
your wife.
frame.
That's cool.
And get closer, Andrew. You
Whoa.
can scoot in.
In frame. How's everything looking out there in chat world and sounding and all that? Are you guys hearing echoes?
Echo.
Can you see
echo.
Rob's beautiful face okay?
Yes. That is the most important thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. Yeah. Happy to be back.
You can't see him, but Andrew's in the corner. He's in timeout.
Yep.
He's in
There he
timeout.
Almost by himself. I might adjust that camera.
Do I need to get closer to him?
Yes.
With a,
Yeah, why don't you
man.
guys get cozy?
There
There you go. Slide over a little bit there and fill in the gap. Shoulder to shoulder, everybody.
yeah.
Sound like one of those teachers.
Pretend like you like each other. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you have a question.
I had it all set up so you 3 were in frame and then us 3 were in frame.
Well, I have a really big head, according to what you said earlier. So
Yeah.
That
I-
means it's on camera.
I can-
Larger, larger by the fucking.
I can see how that would be detrimental.
It's problematic to the
It's problematic.
I
zoom
don't ask
Yeah.
questions.
to zoom function and the gravitational pull of your head. Like sometimes fucks up.
Has to do with the,
My-
the faces of the-
My head has its own gravitational pull.
It's like
It is
the
it is that big.
Solar system.
the moon phases.
It's got a satellite too. I call her Shannon.
That's hilarious. We have chats, but
We do have chats. Let's get to a couple of them real
let's
quick.
do it.
Do it.
Tammy says, hello, OTR and guests.
It's Sammy.
Hello. Hello.
Tammy says, sexy biker, devil squirt.
what?
Great band name, by the way.
Right?
Welcome. Wait, who and I welcoming today? Tragic.
Oh yeah, we have Tragic on. Hey guys. Hi.
Yeah. So I've never heard of you guys before. So
Yeah, who the fuck are you guys again?
Nobody has heard of us.
Or some tribute band. I don't know.
3 years and nobody knows.
has it really been 3 years?
Yeah.
No.
Yep. We've been a band for 3 years. Almost 4. I don't know. I don't keep track, but yeah.
Still think we've only
What?
played like 3 shows.
Yeah.
No. No.
But you guys cancel a lot of shows, so there's that.
Yes.
We do.
That is.
I mean, you book them.
Book
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
We pay for ads.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people excited. And we
You promote the
You let them
show.
down.
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
But we still promote it if we cancel, right? I mean, we still do the right thing. But definitely out of our control. Like, we're definitely here to play shows, but shit happens.
Shit
yeah,
happens.
shows aren't
It's
fun.
been a super tough year for us, honestly. So lots of disappointments, and yeah, so it is what it is. But we'll make it up.
I'm fucking proud of you.
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. So we just keep working and we're working and trying to get on, trying to find new members. And it seems like every time we get something going, somebody decides they don't want to be a part of it anymore, and so we go back to looking for more people. So yeah.
Speaking of new people, you
Oh yeah, you
Do
guys
have
got
a-
a got a
you
new person.
got a newbie.
Yeah, Dylan McClure. He is I don't know what the situation is with his other band, but he was a lead singer / guitar player for Hollow Memories. So we kind of put out like a little ad looking for guitar players, and we had quite a few people contact us, but majority of them were from Jacksonville or Orlando.
Fuck
and,
that.
all great guitar players too, which sucks. It's like, man, I wish y'all were closer, but I don't think would work.
Right.
You know, like there's a lot of bands that do that. You know, like Breathing Theory, who we're playing with Friday night. They all those band members aren't even in the same area. It's
Right.
like, I don't know how they do it. Props to them, but for us, like being in a room
At the same time.
and grooving is
Yes.
a must for me for sure. Like,
Yep.
I can't just step on stage and like, hey, good to see you guys. I ain't seen you in
Yeah.
6 months. Let's play a show.
Right.
You know, like I like to be very prepared, and there has to be a energy in the room and people.
Not to mention you have to kind of get along with that person.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's really the hardest part.
And that was something we were just talking about before the show. We've had quite a few bands that have been on, and like, where are you based out of? And they'd be like, oh, well, I'm here. This person's there, and that person's
Yeah,
like all the way over there.
Like I'm in Jacksonville. This guy's
Yeah.
over in Tampa, and we got somebody in
Yeah.
Orlando. And
Right.
Yeah,
like,
I couldn't
that's
do that
the-
shit.
No.
Yeah.
No, they got to buy me beer.
Yeah. It's an environment thing, like for me, you know, like that's the whole point of being in a band. Like get
Yeah.
together twice a week and
Yes.
fucking let all your frustrations out and hang out and build that chemistry. I don't necessarily know how you do that without being in a room with each other.
Right.
But to each their own. I mean, technology's made it where people can be bands all across the world, I guess. But don't work for me.
I'm in a band in Europe.
Right. I believe it. Yeah. So, but yeah, we did. So Dylan will be at the show Friday. It'll be his first show. He had 2 weeks to jump in the band and learn 10 songs in 2 weeks.
Damn.
And he did a great job. I mean, he out of everyone we've ever had in this band, he came in very prepared and like it was super awesome. Like I was blown away. I'm like, shit, man, I thought we'd have to cancel another show. It's just been a rough year, but I think we're on the mend right now. I think we got somebody that's definitely dedicated, and that's what we needed. And Joey's going to play. It'll be his final show with us Friday. He's going to play the show.
Oh, so he will be there.
He will be
Oh,
there.
that's awesome.
Which helped us out a lot because Dylan had a majority of it, but there were some things he struggled with. So Joey came out Tuesday and he'll be out Thursday for practice. And that's been helping Dylan a lot. Like there's certain parts where it's like, I don't really know what's going on, but to be able to watch Joey play and feel it out has helped him a lot. So, so definitely come out because we're going to send Joey off with a bang, man. It'll be his last show. And hopefully in the near future, we'll have him back in the band. It did sound pretty good with two guitar players.
Absolutely. You can't go wrong with two.
I've always loved like two guitar player bands, but
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of surprised you haven't picked up one yourself. I mean, you play guitar and you're pretty good one.
We've tried to push it, but
yeah, I just suck at playing and singing, man.
It is really hard.
I can never get over. Like I tried it and it's like,
the cool thing about it, though, you could do like a cellular thing where you're not playing the guitar throughout the entire song,
that's what I thought about.
it's like
just certain
instrument
parts. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Play when you're not singing.
What's that?
Just play when you're not singing.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like it's a lot,
It
like,
is.
I'm very energetic and an angry person on stage, and I like
Just on stage?
walking around and running around, and I like that freedom of just being a vocalist and not being strapped to a guitar.
Andrew is it true that he just doesn't want to carry around a
I was gonna say he just likes being able to pack up with his vocal mic and get the fuck out.
all right, got my shit, guys. All right,
Let's make it.
I'm gonna go
Let's
sign.
call it what it is.
I'm gonna go sign autographs now.
Because lugging cabs sucks ass.
I was gonna say though, that's a pretty legitimate reason to cancel the show if there's an Ibanez sticking out of Jeremiah's chest because your strap broke
Yeah.
or twirling about.
That would be pretty epic, though.
Shit happens. Launch that son of a bitch right into the crowd.
Right.
Wireless.
But I might try to work on that, man. But it's just, got a lot going on in my personal life. So like the band stuff's really getting tougher to dedicate the time to, and still write a majority of the music too. So carving out time for me to write songs. And
You're a business owner, if I'm not mistaken.
New
Yeah.
pool company.
Yes.
yeah. So that's
Shout
been
that out.
big,
Yeah, man.
Big, big priority.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
Um,
Got a family and shit.
yeah, trying to be self-employed too, man. I'm tired of working for people. Like you never get anywhere working for anybody.
What's the name of the company?
It's Koi Pool Service.
There you go.
KOI.
KOI, like koi fish.
Yep.
Got it on my arm. It's one of my favorite fish. So, I was like, yeah.
What does koi taste like?
Never eaten one. It's probably highly illegal. Or something. So yeah, I mean,
Say what?
maybe in the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it probably tastes like catfish. I don't know. They got whiskers and shit.
Tastes like chicken.
So yeah, maybe in the future I'll, we thought about that for sure. And like Jeremy said, just having those parts to where I'm not singing to have that second guitar in there would, probably help out a lot. But we'll see what the future holds. We're hoping Joey gets on the mend and he can come back, and he's been a great asset, man. The dude works hard and plays great and knows his shit, and it was hard for him to walk away, but man, health's more important than anything, but it just sucks. Like this whole year has been nothing but health problems for us, surgeries and Joey's health, and it's been tough. So, and we know we've let a lot of people down canceling shows, but we plan on rescheduling these shows and doing them in the future. So, but we got to take the time to get our shit together.
Yep. It's either cancel your show and get better and get healthy,
Yeah.
or play your show and fucking throw your back out or
Yeah.
or whatever the case is,
Yeah.
and then I'm down for 6 months.
Yeah, and then fortunately we've been able to do it the right way with canceling and helping people out and helping other bands out in the venues and saying, hey, whatever y'all need from us to make this, smoothly.
I hope the venue owners understand, especially those assholes over at Legacy.
Yeah.
I hear those guys are
I
sticklers.
don't know, man. We had to pull a lot of strings to get the show back with Legacy.
So speaking of businesses, what for you own a venue. So what is it like being in a band? You have a normal job plus being an owner of Legacy. Like that's a busy ass fucking schedule.
Do you have a family, girlfriend, children,
girlfriend.
girlfriend. True.
She keeps me busy.
So you're also.
3 dogs.
Yep.
2 squirrels.
Do you really have 2 squirrels?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's cool.
I
That's
have
cool.
yet to meet
Actually,
them.
no, I don't have 2 squirrels because apparently you're not supposed to have squirrels.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I don't. They're
If you need more,
stuffed
man, I got a
squirrels.
yard full of them.
Just feeds them.
I mean, it's like anything else. It's just a lot on your plate all the time, busy all the time.
When do you sleep?
wait. What? Sleep?
Right, exactly.
Sleep's a thing.
Hard to sleep when you're on cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working more on the work, band, girlfriend, my own life balance. So, I mean, I've been time managing it as much as possible. You know, the legacy part of it, you know, we're still working on trying to build that up. And that's been kind of trying to figure out where I put my priorities at, you know, Shane and Michelle and Sam and everyone at the venue, they all pitch in. Everyone works hard, so it's not like it's all on one person's shoulders. So it's been good. It's been really good.
The cool thing about, especially the 2 of you, is that you're both doing all the shit that you love. You know, I'm sure you're not a fucking venue owner because you're in it for the money. You know,
No, definitely not that. definitely not that.
You know, there has to be some sort of passion, especially to the local music scene. So you're both doing all the shit that you love. Yeah, you're fucking killing yourselves in the process, but you're doing it.
Yeah. So, I mean, just like Josh, I mean, eventually it'd be nice to have some sort of retirement plan to go back to, and especially being in something that you actually enjoy doing, I mean, it's still all new, so at some point I might get burnt out of being up there running the lights and helping with the sound and stuff like that. But for right now, it's fun, it's exciting.
Exactly.
I like seeing bands get on stage and get off stage and say, "Man, this is awesome! I love the venue, love the place.
Yes.
I love the sound, I love everything about it. It's a very rewarding feeling, and that's kind of what drives me the most, to be honest. I mean, like you said, it's not the money. I'm not taking any money from the place at all. In fact, I'm putting money into it with the advertising and paying the bands and stuff like that. So it's just fun. It's a fun project for right now.
I know for me, as far as the local music scene, local venues are concerned, Legacy's home, man. Legacy is absolutely home.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the Rose Room.
Absolutely not.
Yep, but Legacy's home, man.
Yeah.
Been a lot of memories in that building, man.
Definitely.
It's got history.
First year is always the toughest, right? Say you make it to the first year or 2, and if you're still on your feet, then you should be all right.
You've done something.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And as far as being a band, it makes sense to be your own boss. Like it gives me more freedom to do what I want to do. And not. I'm so sick of somebody telling me when to be at work and to do this and do that. Well, I don't want to fucking do that anymore. I want to do it my way, and that's how I want to do it. But so it gives you freedom, and a lot of people in bands that are traveling bands, they all kind of have their own gig,
Yep.
They don't have a boss that they talk to or 9 to 5, because who's going to say, yeah, man, go do a 3-month run show and come on back to work, Like, that don't
Nobody.
fucking happen.
Nope.
You're going to lose your job, So, yeah, there's a little bit of freedom to it.
We actually have a new hire in my class that's in a band, and they're actually pretty. I think you would really like them. Actually,
Are they a
Yeah.
drummer? I need a drummer.
he's not a drummer.
Oh, fuck
He's a
him.
keyboardist.
Oh, fuck him twice.
He's
How am I supposed to do with
Texas
that?
band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a penis.
You
I
can
mean,
tell
you
they're
play
Texas
drums on the
band.
keyboard.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the drum machine. Yeah.
There you go.
There you
There you
go.
go. Beatbox that shit or something.
Right.
But he was actually talking about, I had made the comment, I'm like, you should come through Tallahassee. And he's like, yeah, I would love to. And about that point, his supervisor hopped into the Zoom and he's like, I mean, whenever I have PTO and
Right.
stuff, I'm out of training. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what you need to say. He's like, it'd be cool to do like a little, go from Texas, go through Louisiana, come through Florida, and then, head back home or however you want to do it. But by the way, shout out Jason if you're out there. Exodex. I'll have to share their stuff. They're actually really good. They're really, really good.
Yeah, pretty dope,
You
man.
say Exodus?
Exodex.
Exodus.
Okay, because Exodus is taken.
Oh yeah.
Very much, very much,
Very much so. Very much so.
For about 40 years now.
Yeah.
I'm starting a new band, calling it Metallica.
You
I
gotta
was
put,
waiting
put
for
an
that.
S on the end, you'll be all right. Metallica.
Because-
Slayers.
Yeah.
Slayers.
Slayers.
I mean, I think you can get away with that, right? I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Right. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just put a Z at the end of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that works. You want to hit up some comments?
Yeah, I know we got some questions. What button is it? This one?
Dylan's in
Let's do
there.
that button. Let's
What's
do
up,
this button.
There's Jason. We were just talking about him. Speaking of the devil.
Oh. Look at that. All right. Oh, we're already on the questions. Look at this guy, though.
Dylan.
What up, cuz? Yeah, I don't have the one.
Oh.
I don't have, I've been slacking on all this shit. I've been busy with other stuff.
Have you noticed that every time you hit that button, everybody does the. Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
else does that every time you hit that button.
You know what I need to do? I need to record somebody going.
There you go.
There you
And
go.
that'll be it.
Yeah, totally do that. I think that works. That works out.
Ah,
And
See, I was
Squirrel
thinking it.
master.
I was thinking it, and he said it. And then when Josh started talking about working for other people, I was like, I'm somebody's bitch.
down there at the bottom is the.
Yeah,
There he is.
Jason, play drums.
Hi.
Play
He
drums.
needs a
move to
drummer,
Tallahassee.
so you got to move to
He
Tallahassee.
looks
and play
harder
drums.
than Jesus, I can tell you that. Mess with that guy.
Hurry. All righty. Question. Should we do a question?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Samantha asks, if you could invent a holiday, what would it be?
Oh.
Hold on. I got to flip over to the disappointment on Rob's face. Look at him. Oh my God. Where's it
It
at?
would have been a holiday. What would it be? What is that? Is that your chair?
That was the
Sounds-
disappointment that
Sounds
just
like a
left
squirrel
him.
dying here. No work holiday, right? Yeah, let's do that. No work.
It's called Labor Day.
Right.
I fucking worked Labor Day for the past 10 years, so fuck that holiday.
Christmas, Thanksgiving. Here's a couple of them.
Yeah. I get Thanksgiving and Christmas off. The rest of them, I work. Memorial Day, everybody's having fun, and I'm working. Labor Day, I'm working laboriously on Labor Day.
Yeah.
A holiday,
Labor Day.
nobody can fucking tell you to work, right? Yeah. Andrew?
I don't have a.
Nothing.
National Venue Day. There you go.
I'm sure they have that.
Probably.
Somewhere.
There's National Ice Cream Day, National Penguin Day. That's my favorite.
If they got a penguin day, they got a fucking venue winter day.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's a day every day,
You get one Sunday a year that you cannot
right?
work.
There's
And that's
no that
that's
day,
iffy at best. I know if I owned a company, veterans would not be working on Veterans Day.
for sure.
Absolutely not.
And anybody in Hall of Memories would not be working on Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy Joey worked with me for a little while, and he was a veteran, and he asked for Veterans Day off, and I remember my boss was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Dude, he's a veteran. You better fucking let him
Yep.
work." Dude. Like,
He
I'm
goes.
not working today. I sent him home. Like, dude, go home. Yeah. Some people don't get it, but most people do. But yeah.
Yeah.
Have him come in low crawling with a hand grenade pin in his mouth.
He showed up. There he is.
We actually had a Memorial Day celebration today at work, and they did the table with the rose and the candle and the lime and the salt. And I was like, I walked in there, and I love Dana, but she walked in and she's like, "It's missing something," and I'm like, "The lemon," and she went, "Oh!" And she's like, "I gotta go," and she like ran off and had to get the lemon for it. But
Right.
you don't know about the soldier's table? Oh, I'll show it to you. It's
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
definitely
It's a big thing.
it is a very big thing. What else we got?
Samantha asks, what's the weirdest item you keep by your bed?
Samantha's questions.
You write these down and keep them. That is weird.
He's got
That would be weird.
a drawer full of them. Weirdest thing you keep on your bed. I don't know. I don't keep much weird shit on my bed. Well, I mean, I got like a little drawer with a bunch of naughty toys in it. So.
Oh, hey.
But I don't think that's weird, right? I think
No,
we all
no.
got a little,
Shit, I gotta-
little hideaway.
I have underwear in my drawer.
Why would you keep underwear? in
Are
your
they
drawer?
clean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making
A-
sure.
Actually, yes, they are. As a matter of fact.
Smell them every morning. They smell delicious.
Better than coffee. Snap off some of this, throw it in a cup
I
full
know.
of
I
warm
know. Andrew's
water.
got some weird shit beside his bed. I mean, he has 2 squirrels, so I mean,
That fucking squirrel living in one of them.
yeah.
Wakes me up every morning.
I feel like this is a beta question. You know, hey, what kind of shit you have in your drawer? Let's talk about all your fucking dildos and
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we
ev-
can.
everybody's got them. Yep.
I have 0 dildos next to my bed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Treasure chest.
What else we got?
All right. Samantha asks, what's the strangest purchase you've made or almost made? Something weird you bought, and then you were like, what the fuck did I buy this for?
I don't know. I haven't made any strange purchases lately.
I'm starting to think I'm a pretty boring dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? Yeah.
No
Yeah.
weird shit by the bed.
Yeah,
No
not
strangest purchase.
not
Can't think of
everybody.
a good fucking holiday.
No, I suppose not everybody
I'm kinda
gets.
lame.
Yeah, boring as fuck.
Not everybody gets fucking white girl wasted and goes on Amazon and buying random shit. Not everybody does that.
I got drunk one night and accidentally ordered 40 amp 12 volt relays
Oh God.
in 2 20 packs from 2 different people because I was comparing prices and just hit purchase now.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if you guys ever need any 40 amp relays, just let me know.
We
You
know
can
who
use
to
them for
talk to.
car audio, starting circuit, whatever you need.
Right?
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
Regular,
I have 39 left.
regular 4-leg, 5-leg,
5.
5-leg.
I usually go on Amazon and end up just buying Oracle cards or tarot cards. That's my I'll look at it and go, oh, I'm gonna save that. Next thing you know, I'm like, oops.
The worst is Amazon shopping when you're drunk
Oh God.
Yeah.
because there's no stopping it at that point. It's you know what I'm saying?
I guess.
I'll deal with this in the morning.
I guess the one thing that most people would probably call weird that I bought off of Amazon is my Satan necklace.
Right?
But
I had an Odin one.
I knew the energy was bad in here.
yeah, it's me.
It's Rob.
That's not weird.
It's just
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
Just Rob.
After this, Stacey Brown's coming over. We're going to summon a demon.
What was it you said? Regurgibirth?
Regard your birth.
Regurgibirth the demon?
Do my dishes. Do my dish, demon. What, Rob, you ask a question. Old Captain fucking Rolly Eyes over there. What do you got?
Oh,
Ask a question, buddy.
I think I did already. I've been commenting on questions.
Right?
That's not the same as asking.
I got one. Andrew, what kind of beard oil you rocking, buddy?
Now that
Oh my God!
is a
You
good
blow
question.
that. You do not blow that shit up. Go point that way. Point that way.
No, that way.
Let's keep on my nose.
Good God. Dr. Squash.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Sorry.
That's about right.
Called
I
it.
get a little lazy every once in a while. But
Yeah.
I shaved mine off. It's too hot for that shit.
It is hot.
Yeah,
for it,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm my beard's sweating. I'm like, okay, this got to go.
Yeah, but Andrew uses his
Right,
running that light board and all that.
right. Yeah.
I see.
Now they're dying. Oh gosh.
So most of the guys in the band, well, no, not anymore. You two Like Christmas time, do glitter beards.
Oh, I fucking hate glitter.
Glitter beards.
Glitter beard.
That is the worst invention.
Fuck.
Glitter is the worst
That
invention
is
ever.
the stupidest thing you could ever do is put glitter
So
beards.
Jeremiah's not here, but he had a good glitter story when he was played a show at Floyd's back in the day. And Shaggy was running sound, and Jeremiah has these wonky ideas that just come out of nowhere. Like he's just like, "Oh, let me grab this idea," and I guess he had glitter or some shit in his pocket and thought it'd be a good idea to put it on the snare. So when he hit the snare, glitter went everywhere. And you talking about a pissed off sound guy? Shaggy almost threw that bitch out of the fucking club. He's like, "Don't you ever put glitter on this fucking stage again." Jeremiah was like, "That shit went everywhere." He's like, "Everybody left that place with glitter on it." I'm like, that was the worst idea ever. You know?
That is a very bad idea.
Then they got the glitter dildo bombs you can get. Have you seen those? You can send somebody a random.
I got some in my nightstand.
Yeah. That'd be a pretty good prank on somebody you don't like, right? You're not getting rid of
Dude,
glitter.
you know what? That's a brilliant idea. You could fire some of them out into the crowd.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
explain that one,
it's
wife.
everybody. Everybody be getting divorced. Yeah.
There was what was that band? Super Bob. They did glitter once, and I think Matt was telling the story, and he was like, "I will never, ever
So you don't get that
allow
shit
them
out.
to do that again."
You don't
so
get
he
it
just
out.
that's when they started doing water instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know necessarily how that works with drums. Like I don't know if putting water on your drums is a good thing to do.
It looks cool.
It looks cool, but
Yeah.
wouldn't it like fuck your drum up? You know what I'm saying? Like
I would think so.
Yeah.
It's made out of wood, right?
yeah, I would.
Wouldn't dip my bass in the bathtub and go to town.
Yeah.
I played a show for my buddy, a private show. My buddy Jeff Likens in Thomasville, and he had gotten a hold of a fire extinguisher
Right.
after a bottle or two of Jaeger and went around fucking chasing people with
With
the
fires.
yeah and yeah, like you said, that shit also took.
yeah.
I
you can't
was
clean that
I was
out.
cleaning that shit off my amp for weeks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just don't huff it.
Right.
Oh, now you tell us.
A lot like
Too
that
late.
mustard gas you created.
Yeah. That did be great much again.
It happens.
That was a thing.
About killed my whole neighborhood a couple weeks ago. It was pretty nice.
That shit. All you hear is bam, and I literally sounded like a transformer was right outside the front and just went out. Like it was loud. I'm surprised you didn't hear it at your house.
What happened?
Well, I got gifted some chemicals from a shop that I never really go to, and I was like, "Oh, looks like shock," so I'll put it in the shock bucket. Well, it wasn't shock. They literally ended up creating a mustard gas bomb.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I had like this big bucket, and I put it in my truck, and I remember I was going there, I'm watching TV, and all I heard was boom. I'm like, "That's that bucket." I go out there, and that motherfucker's like, I just hear it in the bucket, just going crazy. I'm like, "Holy shit! I got to get this away from my house
Right.
and put it out there by the road." And she's freaking out.
I inhaled that shit.
Well, she comes out. She's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "Why are you coming out here?" She's like, "Oh God!" I'm like, "Yeah, don't come out here." Like, and but it was legitimate mustard gas, yeah. So it was coming out, and mustard gas is brown, right? And this was like big, thick. And you know it's mustard gas because mustard gas doesn't rise; it stays. So when it's coming out, it's going to the, the ground, and it was staying. It doesn't rise,
How did you know that?
Just,
Google.
yeah, Google and
Oh,
shit
okay.
like that. I mean,
Okay.
just knowing.
Did I just
about
make
it.
mustard gas?
So I had this, what do you call those? Drainage
Oh, ditches.
ditches,
Ditch,
and it
yeah.
had like a culvert, I guess, right? So I was like, well, I fucking stuffed it in the culvert because I'm like, I didn't want it oozing out and some kid walking by and he's dead
Right.
as fuck. Like, like that is brutal stuff,
Okay.
I put it in the culvert and I just went to sleep. Woke up the next morning and everything's fine.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cops
See
didn't
if
go.
we'll be there tomorrow.
No cops.
Yeah. She's like, should we call somebody? I'm like, fuck no. Then I was thinking while I'm laying in bed, I'm like, man, I should probably get liability insurance. You know?
Just in case.
Yeah, so I got that. We're good now. But yeah. The pool chemicals you can make some really crazy shit with, like if you wanted to. Yeah.
Used to make bombs out. Well, not really bombs, but used to make shit blow up with the old MREs,
Mhm.
the heating element
Oh yeah.
in the MREs.
It's magnesium.
Yeah.
Magnesium, yeah.
Yeah.
Magnesium water in a Pepsi bottle.
Yes.
Sprinkled Manny Lieutenant's Humvees with that shit.
Oh, yeah. I can
Oh,
believe it.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I was funny back in the day.
Yeah.
Always in trouble.
So this show you guys have coming up, it's on May 26th,
This Friday.
which is this Friday. And have you guys played with Breathing Theory before?
We have not.
Not just as tragic, like individual, like in other bands. Have you played?
No, it's kind of weird too, because like I've heard of them before, and then like a month ago, a buddy of mine messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, have you heard these guys?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, they're fucking pretty badass band." And then 2 weeks later, like we got an email from I guess their manager lady from Breathing Theory. I'm like, I sent my buddy a message. I'm like, that's kind of fucking weird. You sent me this, and then 2 weeks later, I get a message from them about the show. So, I've never personally played with them.
I don't either.
So
Are they local?
Orlando
Oh,
area.
okay.
Yeah, they're gaining some traction. They're really great, man. I think they're
That's
a really
awesome.
good band. So, yeah, we're excited to play with them for sure. And then,
Yeah.
of course, she reached out to us and was asking for other bands, and so I just put it out there in the Facebook world, and this Dying Breed got in contact with us, and they wanted on. So, I guess Defy the Tyrant was already on. They're doing like a weekend run with them, so they do Friday, and then Saturday they go down to Orlando or somewhere around that area to play another show with them. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a good show, man. But no, we haven't played with them before, so it'll be fun to play with them. Yeah, they're very professional too, so gonna be a good show,
I wonder what holiday they would invent.
right?
Gonna have to
It's
ask.
got to be the one that's better than we came up
We're
with.
gonna have to, you have to do that on your remote.
Oh yeah.
What holiday would they invent, and what weird gas-powered double analyzer do they keep when they bed?
I'll be sure to write it down now.
Or analyzer? Yeah, whatever.
Anal-
Whatever.
Anal laser.
That'd be weird to have like that.
Runs
Did you
off-
say analyzer?
Yep.
Analyzer runs off propane.
And propane accessories.
There's more. This is gonna be like a G-string joke from now on.
Twang,
How's that go?
twang.
What other questions we got there?
Mason asks, what's the coolest experience you've had playing Rockville or the like?
Mm.
I think the coolest experience was playing Rockville, right? But that whole experience was cool. I think playing it was awesome, but just being there was crazy. Like when we got like free passes and everything, so you kind of felt a little cool, right? You know, like,
Definitely.
you had the passes and you were walking around, and
It's really hoping someone would notice and be like, "Oh, it's tragic."
Never
Never happened
fucking noticed
at
at
all.
all. They're like, look at that fucking loser. But yeah, I don't know, man. It was just a great experience all around. Like we were blessed with a great opportunity, man. And that was just, I don't know if we'll ever get back there again, but it was definitely a bucket list check off for sure.
It's a really good learning experience too.
Yeah,
I mean, just seeing the professionalism and seeing like the behind the scenes for like, bigger stuff, because I think we've talked about this before, but they had a whole damn long contract that you had to sign, and what we got to see was the actual stuff that the bigger bands have to go through. And of course they said, well, no, you guys don't have to worry about any of that. Because you guys are, smaller, but but it was cool. I mean, it was really awesome, and it was really cool seeing that side of things. And I guess that's kind of what got me a little bit more curious about, on the venue side, owning a venue and everything, because now I see that side of things too. So it's real interesting tying all that stuff together.
man. Andrew's a smart guy, so they're like, send me the paperwork. I'm like, here you go, Andrew. You just get that ready so we can fucking play, because I have no idea what these guys are telling me. So yeah, anything like people like Breathing Theory is like, we need an input list and all this stuff. I'm like, here you go, Andrew, you handle all that. Like, above my head. But it was also cool, like playing with the bands that we battled with, because that year they did it pretty cool. Where I mean, even if you lost, you got a spot. They didn't tell you that, but so it was cool, like hanging out with all those bands and getting to hang out with them, and they were all just super stoked too. And I don't think any of the bands that we played with that day had any type of egos. Everybody was super excited to play, and let me help you grab your gear and all that stuff. And I think the only big regret I have is like they're like, don't bring all this shit and blah blah blah. And we had a lot of cool stuff we could have brought that we didn't bring. So one little small regret, but
yeah, because they wanted to keep it simple, so we shared cabs. Like they had their own, on-hand cab and drum set and stuff like that. And I think Jeremiah brought cymbals, right? And then Joey brought his own guitar head.
Yeah. But even the sound guys were cool. Like everybody up there was super fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome, yeah.
And you had to turn in, like, if you're using wireless, they're like, okay, we want your radio frequencies, which makes sense because you're in the big freaking place with a bunch of radio frequencies going everywhere.
And
so
everybody's
there's some things that you don't think about. And I was like, okay. And I was stressing the hell out. I was like, man, we got to find your frequency on your damn wireless because we were using his wireless mic. And then I was using my wireless instrument pack. I'm like, fuck, it's like, it runs off a damn Wi-Fi. I can't figure this out. Like, not really Wi-Fi, but it's, I had to go through and buy a different wireless pack because it was.
Yeah, it was just a fun experience for sure. The whole thing was great. I hope one day we can get back up there again. But, who knows?
It was cool though because like,
we'll get it and cancel it. Oh fuck
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Going right, don't cancel it. It was cool though because right before we went on, I think it was right before we went on, Ice Nine Kills was starting on one of the other stages, I think the Octane stage, and you hear it fired up and all that energy just starts going on. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then like now I'll go back and I'll look at the YouTube videos and I'll watch the video of Ice Nine Kills playing, and I'm like, hey, we were way over there playing on that little stage right over there, which really wasn't that little, but
that was the only thing that really sucked, just because you were put against these really big bands. I think, who was it?
Pennywise
we were put against.
Damn.
Somebody else.
We caught people that because they all had to walk past our stage to get to Pennywise. So there's a couple of hundred people there.
Wasn't it Pennywise and Page War or Wage War?
No, Wage War was afterwards. We caught that show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's how I got turned on to Wage War. I was like, holy shit, those guys are awesome.
Yes, they are.
And they put on a hell of a live show too.
Mm-hmm.
Who was your favorite band that played the same stage as you? That you saw?
Oh damn! I can't even remember the damn band.
Rebirth. That was mine.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, Rebirth.
No.
Rebirth was right before us.
Now, I think talking about not bringing all your stuff, right? Like we didn't bring anything, and the Rebirth pulls up, and they brought every fucking thing you can think of. I'm like, God damn! And the craziest part is we couldn't even find where the fucking stage was. That place was so huge, like we didn't know if we'd be able to get there in time, dude.
Right.
And like
That was a fiasco in itself because we
Yeah.
had the security people. They didn't know. They're like, who are these people?
Nobody
And nobody knew. We asked
Damn.
everybody. And they actually ran us all the way down to the damn pits, like the underground pits. And the guy, we had to follow his golf cart, go all the way down there. It was wild. They took us all the way around down Daytona.
I was freaking out, bro. I was freaking out.
And
Found this lady that knew where to go, and I'm like, ma'am, I will give you every dollar in my pocket if you just take us to where we need to go.
I know, right?
But it was cool. We were riding around on golf carts around the track, getting where we need to go. It's pretty cool, man.
I think I saw a video because I was riding on the back of the golf cart and I was videoing them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Pretty cool.
And you guys play with a click track live, don't you?
So, not to this point. We have not played a live show with a click track
Oh,
to this point.
Fucking click track keeps canceling.
Yeah.
It does.
No, we keep canceling on the click track. That's what it is.
damn. This whole time I thought you guys have always played with a click track. No shit.
That shit would drive me nuts, honestly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
It's a little annoying.
It's tough, but we're
The product is really good though,
yeah.
and yeah, hopefully we're trying to convert more of our songs to where we have backings and run off a click track and everything, just to add more to it. But last night, I mean, man, having two guitars really filled it up anyway. But yeah, I mean, we're working on that. It's something we want to get to because you can do so much if you're running off a click track, because you can time
Absolutely.
code your lights, you can time code your effects.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do all that. So it's
That's kind of why I was asking you. I was imagining, showing up to Rockville, with minimal shit. It was like, well, what about your click track? Like how?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we weren't running it back then.
No, but even so, you would just we didn't run the in-ears either,
No,
so you couldn't do click track with that.
went up there with our dicks out in the wind. Sure.
Yeah.
We let it all out there. But we're working on that, man. We got our producer we're working with, Miles Claiborne. He's a drummer of Saul.
Yes.
Saul. We started working with him, and I really just got lucky because I was on Instagram one day and saw him, and I'm like, fuck, I know this guy. We played with them Non-Point Blacktop Mojo at Club LA, and man, so you had Non-Point shit backed up, Blacktop Mojo in front of Non-Point, and then Saul in front of them. There was no room on that stage, dude. I was like kind of disappointed. I'm like, where the fuck are we gonna play? Because there wasn't even no place to put the drums. And then Miles he went and set his whole drum up, and of course they're running backing tracks and all that shit. So all of his stuff's mic'd, and I guess he overheard us like, dude, I don't know where we're gonna put our drums, and he literally broke all the shit down, took it off stage. He's like, here's y'all spot, dude.
Yeah.
I'll give you the spot to set your drums up. So that was our first time meeting him, so he's always a really cool fucking dude. And so months and months later, I found him on Instagram, and he was like sharing this stuff, like he was producing music, and I'm like, dude, this shit is awesome. Like this kid's talented as fuck. So I just messaged him one day, like, hey man, you're like, how much would you charge me to, start producing our songs, or are we even worthy? So I ended up sending him a track. He's like, dude, I love to work with y'all. So we've been working with him a lot lately, and so basically we scratch our songs out and we build a song kind of how we want it, and then we kind of send it off to him, and he kind of produces it for us. So when it's kind of cool, like with technology, like I just send stem tracks, all of our music in stems. He puts it in his computer, he goes through and he just adds the shit that he feels like should be added. And the song we're going to present tonight, Unbroken, was probably one of the biggest projects he did for us. And it's pretty cool because I've always recorded and mixed our stuff. And it's always been really difficult because I just sit on it, because I'm so peculiar about it. And I sit on it, and it takes forever just to get it done. So this was a good opportunity of like, hey, let's try it out, and send it off to him. I think it was Remember. Yeah. The first one we sent. And then he sent it back, and I was like, holy shit, man, that's like everything we were looking for, but I wasn't capable of doing it. So it's taking a lot of weight off of me because I don't have to do that anymore. Like, it was super stressful to write the music, then write the lyrics and the vocals, then sit down and record it all, and then try to mix it. And it's like, dude, that's way too much shit for one person, So he's been a super help, and that's when we really started diving into like the click tracks and the backing tracks, because dude, a lot of the bands are doing it now, dude. Like you might not think it, but every band is running backing tracks now.
Right.
And you got to keep up with it, Like if you don't, you're just you fall behind, So we're trying to keep up with the times, but still keep original to our sound. And he's been able to like compliment us really well on what we're trying to look for and the sound we're trying to go for.
It's really just a bunch of added effects, just to
It
make it
is.
sound fuller, on the stage.
Yeah.
So I have literally sat down with my headphones, go to your Spotify, and listen to fucking everything that's on your Spotify. And there's such a huge difference between like Ready for War versus Remember on a production level.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just all the little things
Yeah.
that you kind of have your headphones on to really hear it.
Yeah.
But just all the little things on a production level, it's I don't want to say it's a night and day difference, but it's a big fucking difference.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
absolutely it is. It's almost a different song. Like
Right.
when we set Remember off and got it back, I remember when Josh shared it with us, it was like, holy shit, like this is a new song. Like it sounds completely different, but yet it still sounded like us.
Yeah, it's you're maintaining that's your sound, and your groove, for lack of better terms.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, just the little things that are just kind of sprinkled in there.
Yeah, I mean that
There's like
makes it
Sub drop.
right.
Everything needs a sub drop.
So
There's like 20 something tracks. Well, between like 15 and 20 tracks on the backing tracks that we run. of just little intricate things. Now, obviously, we condense it down to just a stereo left and right that goes out, but there's like a lot of different just nuances that are in that backing track. It's crazy, and it's not just just guitar. It's like
Right.
little fucking shakers,
Yes.
and like a tambourine, and
Right.
like a cowbell, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Or a
Like,
sub drop.
Yeah,
and a sub drop and a extra snare hit. It's like
you can't overdo the sub drop though. A lot of bands overdo that. Like it's got to be tastefully, and it can't be on every song. You know what I'm saying? Like you got, I forget what band I saw, and it was sub drop every song. I'm like, okay, man, we get it. You can do
Right.
sub drops,
Yep.
like, but it doesn't have to be every freaking song.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
So speaking of new songs, you guys have a new one that you had sent over, and I remember sending it to Rob.
Is it that same song?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was hope.
Oh, I didn't get it.
yeah.
Oh, I sent it to you. I put it in our chat a
We-
long
we-
time ago.
we- yeah.
It was months ago.
Yeah, it was months ago, bro.
Yeah, I have not read
But they haven't released it yet.
No.
So this is unreleased.
So I have not heard this yet, and I was hoping with all my hopes that it was the same song
Yeah.
that you sent me a while back.
So before we get into it, do you want to let everybody know the name of the song and what it's about? What inspired it?
Yeah, the song's called Unbroken. This is the one we had the song mapped out, but I just hit a wall with it, Now it was actually a song that we were doing before in our set called Breathing Room. Like we already had the song written, already had lyrics for it. And so what we've been doing is going through each one of our songs, like if there's one that's lacking that we feel like could be more potential, but we don't know what to do with it. Like we've spun our wheels for so long. So it was Breathing Room. So we sent that off to Miles, and it came back, and he filled every gap that we need to fill. And so I was like, dude, I got to step back and really wipe away everything I did vocally on the song and start over, which I think was needed.
that's fucking brave of you, man.
Yeah, I mean, because I was stuck on that, but there also was a song that I was still playing around with vocally. I had the chorus, and I wasn't crazy about the chorus, but it was funny because we wrote this song and the chorus, and like a month later we were going to Jacksonville playing a show, and Pop Evil came on with their new song, and I swear to God, there was literally the same exact chorus.
it was almost two of the same. I mean, almost the words, the phrasing, everything.
Damn.
I mean,
So we're
every
listening to them
damn
like,
thing.
that's our fucking song. Like, what the fuck, So I think
They
it was
stole
great.
that shit.
Right. I think it was great that we.
It was
I-
something breathing
took
too.
that.
That's the
Yeah.
crazy part. Like it was. We'll have to look it up.
I can finally breathe again.
Yeah,
Something like that.
it's almost
And then-
double identical words. I'm like, what the
it
hell?
was very strange. So, so I had to rewrite the whole thing. I wiped it all out lyrically, vocally, and started anew. Because when you send it back, I'm like, man, like you start hearing all this stuff, then you're like, dude, I need to rewrite this. Like I can do way better. So, and we did, and I wanted it to be, a positive song. It did have some Kill Switch vibes to it musically that I heard, so I did pull a little bit from my. I listened to Kill Switch my whole life. I really love them. So we just pulled from certain sources that I felt made good for a good song, and so yeah, it's called Unbroken, man. It's pretty much the title, like going through shit, but you're still there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great song.
How applicable.
Yeah, and it's a little different for us. I think a different style almost a little bit, but
Is she gonna make me cry?
yeah,
It's a soft
Yeah.
love ballad.
yeah. So, and we've yet to play this live yet. We're still working on this song. Like it's just tough vocally and
When you sent
Musically.
it to me, I immediately sent it to the chat. And when Rob came back, he did not believe it was you.
I said, Jade, that's not Josh.
Yeah, did you say it was Clint? You're like, is that Clint?
Yeah, I asked if that was Clint Lowry,
yeah.
or I thought it might have been Joey actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so I had Miles help me with the chorus. I was like, dude, if you have any ideas, like send them my way, because I was having a hard time getting out the old chorus out of my head.
He said, "Drop that bitch to A sharp and fucking nail it."
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had it in drop C, and he was like, "Let's drop it down to A sharp." I'm like, "Okay." So he did that, and that changed a lot.
Quick side question. Your cover of My December, is that all you?
Yeah,
That's all you?
Yeah.
All of it? Every bit of vocal, that's all you?
yeah.
Man, come on.
That was my first time playing piano. It was the first time using like beats and shit. So
Yeah.
I sat on that for like 2 years. It was already done, but I was like, man, I don't know if I should release this.
That song, well, your cover of it had been out for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And I just never got around to it. I was on the way to my girlfriend's house out in the middle of goddamn nowhere, and I was like, oh, hey, let's give it a go. And I was like, God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
killed
it.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh did a really awesome
Yeah.
job on it.
Yeah, that song's always been kind of near and dear to me for a long time, and I was like, I don't know if I don't want to fucking do it injustice, like
No.
it's got to be good. And so I like recorded it, did all the vocals and shit, and sat on it for like 2 years. And I came back and listened to the vocals. I'm like, holy fuck, I sucked. Like, which was pretty cool because it showed me how far I came as far as my singing. Like, to look back on it, I'm like, dude, I can do way better. I was like terrible, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up redoing the vocals. Then I was like, I'm just gonna sit on it some more. And then the guys are like, dude, will you please just fucking put that thing out? I was like, okay. So I put it out.
One of my favorite moments in My December is you do kind of a vocal harmony, the part where you say, this is me pretending. You both sing, and then you have a screaming part.
Right.
This is me pretend. Kind of get into it. I got fucking chill bumps when I heard it, man.
Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. You're giving me a hard right now. But a little different than
I got a
chill bump.
boner.
Where's
Um,
that?
But no, man, I'm
Two
glad
pages
you
over.
liked it, dude. And I tried to make it my own a little bit, and with the screams and stuff in it.
Definitely.
You're obviously confused and aroused.
Yeah. Very much so.
I'm going to shut up now.
All right, so the song "Unbroken."
Ready? Am I going now?
No,
Do we have a cue?
no. 1.
4.
3, 2,
Wait, what is it?
1.
Like it when you drove an axe for me.
your thoughts, Rob?
Lyrically, so again, is it all you? Did he contribute to lyrics?
No, I mean, no, it's all me. Yeah, he gave me some tips on the chorus, like melodies. He never gave me like lyrics or anything, but he like kind of hummed some things and sent me a voice record of him humming things, and
Right.
I kind of went with it. I think it's like probably one of my favorite choruses I've ever written. Honestly, it's kind of hard to. It's a tough song vocally. Like I really went far out with it and like tried to push myself.
You're
in
doing a
different
lot.
directions,
You're
you know?
doing a lot on that track.
Yeah. So live, it's been kind of in practicing it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't wait till we're actually be able to play it live for sure. It's gonna be freaking awesome.
One of the things that I love about your music, and I've told you this before. First of all, your shit's catchy,
Right.
and the lyrics are equally catchy. It's shit that's relatable. The voices in my head pushing me to the edge. Who can't fucking relate to that?
Yeah. I mean, that's always been our thing from the beginning. Like for me, like I always wrote music to. I mean, I talk about my personal shit. You know what I'm saying? Which everybody goes through that stuff. So. But that's always the music I was raised on, right? Like I had to be like I was very lyrically and vocally driven when I listened to my music, So I just adapted to that, and that's just how I like to present it. I think music's healing. So yeah, people get what they want out of it, but yeah, I always try to keep it like that for sure. Yeah.
I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The chat knows what to say.
Yeah.
Chad's got
Yeah.
a
Let's
bunch to say.
go to chats. I'm gonna shut up for a while.
Jason.
It says heavy AF or AF.
AF.
Hey,
F's not a fucking.
Heavy off.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to say heavy as fuck or AF, so
Right.
it ended up UF.
Okay. Heavy.
You know what? I can bet my own goddamn letters.
So thank you, Jason. Appreciate it, dude.
Yeah. Music notes.
Yes.
Sick with 3.
Well, that's bullets. What's up, bullets?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullets.
Yeah, that's bullets.
Ill ass song.
Thank you. That's my Xbox buddy, man. We've been like friends on Xbox we never met each other, but we're just really close friends. Like
that's awesome.
him and his brother game a lot and stuff. So he's a huge supporter of the band, man. It's crazy.
Pat.
What's up,
What
Pat?
up, buddy?
Ah.
Air horn.
See, we could have recorded it right then.
Well, see, I can always play this back. Spend 4 hours of my day going through this to find that
Right.
3.2 seconds.
You're gonna break it up where every person's got their boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah, I can cut some shit up. Crazy fat guy.
Man, I love that.
I just
I love that clip.
That is
there's more on the way, babe.
Okay.
awesome.
More on the way. We all have something.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Brain autopsy. Everyone.
What else we got?
We got some questions and shit. You want to do a question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Mason's got one. Here we go. What is your pro tip for life on the road? Gear tricks, packing a trailer, loadout, hangover helper, etc.
BC Power.
Pedialyte.
Yeah. BC.
Pedialyte and
Just
Waffle House.
fucking
Hangover
Okay.
helper is always take ibuprofen and a freaking bottle of water before you go to sleep.
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Pedialyte, Waffle House, morning after.
Waffle House is
Morning after pill.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a morning after pill there?
Well, yeah, because it's the morning after you've been drinking.
Okay.
Durr.
Never know.
Okay.
I mean, look, man. There's a fucking first aid kit in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit gets weird.
Yeah, I don't have any pro tips, man. As far as your trailer, man, I always suggest practicing packing it up before you go out on the road.
Tetris.
Yeah, it's really you are playing Tetris and trying to figure out the best way to get it in and out as fast as you can.
Drums last, so they're out first.
Yeah, we usually drag them.
Set
We
up.
wap them in a bag and just drag them behind the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
And then put them in there.
With the drummer.
Yeah, with the drummer. But gear tricks, man, simplifying your gear. putting it all in cases. That way you roll it in, you roll it out. That's the best trick. And I'm sure Mason knows this.
I had an idea of, since we were on the talk about doing like pedals, they have those drumsticks now where it makes noise, like it plays like a drum without having actual drums. I was like, man, we just need a band that's got just guitar pedals and the drummer has the sticks, and that's it.
Yeah, no drums, yeah.
That'd be easy.
Hey, then you're
Easy.
Skrillex.
You can pack all of it up in a suitcase.
Yeah.
It'll go on a carry-on.
Yeah, man.
You all pack up in an electric car and each other's assholes the whole way there. I don't know. Hangover. Fuck. I don't think we're all old enough to realize what you got to do with that, right?
Just keep drinking.
Just
Yeah.
keep drinking.
Best way to prevent
Hair of the
hangover.
dog, right? But I kind of steer away from drinking at shows anymore. But,
I don't really drink much anymore.
yeah,
In fact, no beer. I got my water.
yeah. Drinking gets in the way of life anymore for me. But yeah. And then like you go drinking at a show and then you're fucking tired as shit from the show and
Yep.
then you wake up with a hangover on top of that. It's like, oh
God, and then muscle cramps.
Oh yeah. It's like 3 days.
It's like
You're
10
going
times
to work
worse
Monday
than
like
drinking.
a fucking zombie. Like, takes 2 days to finally recover. Like, nah, can't do it anymore. Maybe I just need to drink Busch Light and it won't be so bad. It's like water beer.
I don't recommend that.
I tried it. Like I saw Thunder Snake on here. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get some Busch Light. I drank one. I'm like, fuck, I'm not drinking that anymore. It was so bad.
It's like, you know what? I'll drink water tonight.
Yeah. Natural Light tastes better to me than Busch Light. But yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's reversed for me.
yeah.
Any unused beer can always be dropped off here.
Right.
It will be used.
I remember I watched a documentary on Guar. And
Oh.
Yep.
Guar were heavy drinkers for
Yep.
sure. And I remember they were
Wash it down to heroin.
Yeah. and they had to do like a radio interview in the morning and they all just partied hard the night before and like they were all just super hungover in the morning and they're like, dude, we got a hair of the dog or something. So they said there were beer cans everywhere, but the problem was they smoked a lot of cigarettes, so they fucking put the cigarettes in the beer cans. So they took socks, they all took turns pouring the beer in the socks so it filtered out the cigarettes, but you still had the beer.
No.
And they were just fucking pounding them back. They were pouring them in. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, but who has it?
Right, yeah.
I mean,
I have not.
I think the worst
You ain't
thing I ever
lived.
done in my life was take a swig of a beer that had cigarettes butts in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
That has
God.
happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nasty, but
Over.
yeah, they're pretty hardcore, man. That's a hangover trick for you, right?
Yeah.
Filter it out.
I guess if you got a pair, go for it.
Yeah.
What else we got?
we got anonymous.
Anonymous.
Ooh.
Psychological question. How do you know the color green Miss Jade sees is the same color green as you see?
Probably isn't.
How do you know you see the same color? I know I don't.
Yeah, no.
I'm colorblind like a motherfucker.
I'm
I'm damned as black and white.
The question is, do you see the same colors that I see, for example?
My green is your green.
no,
Yeah, no, probably not.
no.
Yeah.
No.
That's green.
That's
Yeah.
blue.
But is it enjoyable? Like when you see the green, if you enjoy it and you enjoy it, is it the same?
No, not necessarily.
Why not?
Just because I enjoy it doesn't mean that it's the same fucking color or the same shade that I see.
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's all I've got to say about that.
That's all I gotta say
I
about it.
want to
Exactly.
know who Anonymous is.
It's a cat.
Yeah.
I like cats.
Yeah, it's a cat on YouTube.
Kitty
Oh, yeah.
cat.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the question. Appreciate that.
Yeah. We're all confused now. Everything my whole life.
Samantha asks,
Mm.
how big is your ding dong? Oh, wait, no. Tell the story of the worst interview for a new band member so far. No names needed.
Ooh, okay, now there's a good question. All right, I'll allow that. All right.
You don't fucking have a say.
Right. You do not have control of the mouse,
Zero,
sir.
zero vote. Zero vote.
Negative 5 points.
Yeah.
I don't know if you call them interviews, but like bring somebody in to try them out.
Right.
Right.
It's definitely an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
guess so, yeah. Whatever.
Absolutely.
It's a job. It's an interview.
It's tough. I honestly think you should get 2.
Right.
You shouldn't be disqualified on the first one because you're nervous. You just learned a bunch of brand new songs. Maybe if you got it right,
Yeah.
you could just go in there and fucking blow it.
If
But that could be the guy that would fucking springboard you into the next level, and you just don't know it because you fucked it up,
They should-
or she fucked.
I feel like it kind of depends on the person though. Like if the energy is there and you like that person, for example, all right, yeah, maybe give them another shot. Now, if you just straight up don't fucking like them, don't like their attitude, don't like how they fucking smell, or whatever it is, I think we're done after one.
We had a guy try out for bass in old band 6. And he came in with the most terrible bass I've ever heard in my life. And the pots were fucked, and he plugs it in. And it's like,
That was me, man.
Guts were all messed up. And I'm like, wow. And like, just wasn't in tune. Like, it was kind of weird. Like, he just came out, and then he's like, most of the time asking personal questions like, hey, where do you work at? Where do you live? I'm like, dude.
Hey, man, what's your social security number?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck's going on
I
here?
take a
Right.
picture of your credit card.
So that was, yeah. Yeah. Can I hold your wallet for a second? What kind of wallet you got? You got some cards in there?
For real?
Yeah. No, he didn't ask that.
Oh, okay.
He was asking a lot of personal questions.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, can we can you play the bass? Like, that's what you're here for. So,
Right.
that was kind of weird. I will say the best interview we had is when we had 6 together and we were looking for a singer, and we ended up Dustin Blake was our singer, and he was
Okay.
we were the first band he'd ever been in. He was young, dude, like 18, 19.
Mm-hmm.
So we like call him
He was a
up and like we're like, hey man, because back then you were still using Craigslist ads, Call him up and like, hey man, we want to get you out and try. He's like, oh yeah, man, fuck yeah. And we're talking. He's like, hey, hold on real quick. And all you hear is like, boop. He's like, all right, yeah, sorry, I had to shoot a squirrel with my bow and arrow. Okay, what the fuck? I was like, you're in, bro. Like, hell yeah, we got a lot of squirrels out
You
here.
can sing and play the banjo.
Right,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
So that was probably the coolest one we had. Like he was a cool fucking kid, man. I still good friend till this day. But yeah, that was pretty funny.
Just speaking about interviews, of course, you and Jeremiah grew up together. The interview for your current bass player must have gone pretty well.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's still kind of iffy.
Yeah.
I've been on the outs for a while.
It's funny if you go back a whole bunch of episodes, like fucking 70 episodes. Justin told that story.
Did he?
Yeah.
He did.
Dustin did?
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
I remember that. He said that he was pissed because his phone rang and it scared the
Yeah.
squirrel.
Scared the squirrel. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And he's like, I was spot on, and the phone rang and scared the squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was
Good dude,
pissed.
man. He was,
Yes.
But actually,
realize it gets
We haven't had him. Sorry. I was going to say, we haven't had him on since
wow.
yeah, it's been a while.
6 reunion. Holy shit.
Wow.
6 reunion.
Does anybody even remember the fucking songs? That would be the biggest question.
That
That was a great band, dude.
was.
We had some really great music.
So, how did his interview go for bass?
It was
It
great.
wasn't an interview.
I was
I
about
just
to-
forcefully shoved myself in there and said I'd be playing.
Here we are.
Kicked the door open like the Kool-Aid man and said, I'm the fucking
then.
best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he walks out slowly.
It was funny because I talked to him about it, and then he kind of fucking ghosted me. And then Jeremiah pops up like 3 months later. Hey, we're gonna try this Andrew dude out. I'm like, oh, okay. So he talks to you, but he don't talk to me. I get it.
Look, man, bass players break your heart.
Right?
You
Yeah.
gotta be careful with them. They're smooth.
Yeah. Can't get rid of them, man.
Hiding in the back, just being smooth.
Oh yeah. So that went pretty good.
What else we got?
You read this one. That's a lot of work.
Janelle, she says, mind game question. How do you know the way one of you hears music is the same the other hears that music? Same idea as the color question.
Yep.
How do you know the green I see is the same green you see?
So yeah, that is exactly the truth. So running in ears, when we first started out, we were all using the same mix in our ears, and Josh's ears are a little different. Jeremiah's ears are a little different, and especially if you're running different in ears and different everything else, so different brand, in ears and stuff. So it's been a challenge to try and do that. But some people can't hear this frequency, and some people hear this one louder. So it's a balancing act as far as that goes. So when we come to the point of when we were mixing the song, and Josh probably got mad at me a lot, but he would mix the song and he would send it out. And I'm like, I didn't like that so much. And he was like, oh, okay, we went through and changed it. And we always battled. I figured he put too much highs and stuff, and I always thought he put too much highs in it, and you always thought that you had just enough highs in it. So it becomes a little bit of a clash,
Yeah,
but it's
everybody
just because
gets
our
it.
ears are different,
Everybody has their own way of mixing. A lot of the times I wouldn't even read it. I'm like, fuck, I ain't even reading this shit.
I mean, that's why there's
Andrew would critique me, but you need somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was always the worst part of it, is like you're in the room mixing by yourself, so nobody ever hears it, and then your ears get fucking wore out, and then you send it off to somebody, and they're like, "Oh God, man, fucking highs are everywhere." And I'm like, "Fuck this guy! I just spent 3 hours on this shit. It sounds great, man. Like, get out of here."
So do you guys in the band, whenever you guys, like, for example, do hear something that sounds off, you guys are pretty open about being like, dude, you sucked, like, step it up. Do you guys do that?
Yeah. But I mean, we all kind of know what we're going after now. I think we finally created our sound and know what we want, but definitely, if somebody doing shit on a part, like we tell each other for sure. I think Jeremiah gets a lot of the brunt end of things, but that's just me and him who've been brothers for so long. Like we can really, get on each other, and
And it's also a little bit more obvious when the drummer fucks up versus where you
I could drop the fuck out and still be okay.
Yeah.
I can play one low note and just let it ring, and no one will know the difference. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've gotten away with faking things for a long time.
I remember my first band, Mahindra, we had a bass player, and man, we played a ton of shows, and then we're like, fucking, let's finally record something, and like, we went to record it, and I got the guitars, a drum, and the bass player came in, and he's playing the bass lines. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, this is the song. I was like, you've been playing these songs like that the whole time I've been playing? Like, holy shit, dude, that is awful, man. Like, what the fuck? So you really learn like what people are capable of when you get them in the studio. And I was just blown away. Like, this dude was really just ghosting his way through all these shows, and we never knew it because we were all just like back then partying and drinking. It's like, yeah, it sounds great, but man, we were terrible, dude. Like, we just sucked,
I remember Mahindra. That was a fun band.
Yeah, it
I
was.
wouldn't say it was great, but it was fun.
It wasn't great at all, but it was fun because I was like 19, like having a great time, like playing shows, and looking back on it now, I'm like, damn, we were terrible, dude. Like, we were a terrible band, but I didn't care at that point. I was just having fun playing music,
It's just a wall of sound. It's like, how do you, distinguish each part?
We had
and
two
who's
twin
doing
singers, and they were something else. Like,
They were crazy.
two twin singers that had anger problems. Like, wasn't a good idea, So they were always fighting each other after the shows. Hell, we were all fighting each other, and it was just a bad thing, But we were all just booger sugars and drinks and alcohol, and like we're just going at it,
Fucking rock stars,
yeah,
man.
having the rock star moments, but we sucked. That was the terrible part about it. We thought we were something, but
Let's just reclassify it as a punk band. You guys are right up there with the greats.
yeah. Dude, no fucks given, that's for sure. Like, but it was fun till it wasn't anymore, and then we all moved on. But yeah.
To go back to your question, though, having new guitarists come in and try to write their parts, we've always had a tone, like we've had a sound that, and Josh's, and I've always said, hey, man, Josh needs to write all the stuff because he's got that sound that we've been doing.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to try to find a guitarist that can come in and write like Josh, and that's always been kind of a struggle, in the band intermittently, because it's like something gets played and it's like, it doesn't sound quite like us. You know, how do you tell that to somebody? Well, you just have to be up front and say, it's not tragic. Like, it's
Yeah.
great, it's good, sounds good, but it's not tragic. So,
And some people
Not our
can't take
sound.
that. Like we had guy in the band who kept writing thrash metal music. It's like, dude, we can't do nothing with that.
Yeah, you're not a thrash band.
No, we're not a thrash band, so it didn't really work out. But it's nothing against anybody, Like
Sure.
we always try to leave on good terms with anybody and just be upfront with them, That's why we got Joey. He was a perfect fit, man. He just had the tone, and we didn't have to really do anything, Like he just felt right in there. So
Mhm.
and we're molding Dylan now. He probably hates me, but I'm pretty anal about guitar tones and like the sound that we've got.
You should be.
But we got to keep it that way, and I play things oddly and weirdly on guitar, so he's been struggling a little bit with that. But as long as they're open with it, man, he's a really cool dude. So, but
He's like, this doesn't make music theory sense. It's like, it just sounds good. Just let it go, man.
I've left many of music theory bands real quick. Like I don't, dude. There's no theory in music for me. Like I play what I feel, and that's it. Like that's music for me. Like
I'll throw that shit right out the window for soul any minute.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. Like there's no music theory. I mean that's cool if you're in a fucking music theory band. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that should be an original band type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't follow music theory myself, but I swear to God, I can hear keys.
right.
I could be mistaken about that, but man, for as long as I've been playing guitar, I fucking swear I can hear a key
Yeah.
or hear a note that is out of key.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's the same with me, dude. I don't know chords. I don't know notes. I don't know music theory. I don't know scales. I don't know any of that shit. I
Yep.
just know what sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And obviously it sounds good to other people. So
Yep.
I'm doing something right. But you can definitely hear when something's not right. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Speaking of sounding good to other people, Sean,
Which one?
up
Champion.
top, right there. Oh, go down, right there.
Right here?
Yeah. It says, "Damn good song. Played the cover of My December a lot."
Yes.
Yeah, he does. It's kind of weird.
That's
Like so we'll be gaming and I'm gaming and I hear him playing my shit in the background. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what are you playing, dude? And then I play with his brother, and his brother's like, dude, I was at the barbecue and I told that motherfucker, stop playing the goddamn song. I'm tired of hearing the fucking song. Like, so yeah, I mean, struck a chord with him. That's cool.
awesome.
Brian is all over the Six thing. He says, I still have lyrics written for 2 Six songs when I was going to audition for Dustin after Dustin left the band.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Send them on over
yeah.
or something. I don't know. And then he says, but y'all just broke up instead.
Yeah, that's probably how it works.
It should happen.
No hard feelings.
That's awesome. That would be kind of cool though. Six reunion.
Yeah, I mean, I played bass in that band. I love playing bass, but it'd be kind of hard to get all of us into one room for sure. Especially with Trey.
He's like done, isn't he?
I don't know.
He's,
man.
like,
I
retired?
keep trying to pull him out every now and then, but it just ain't happening. Like, come on, man. He was such a great guitar player.
He was great.
That band was cool because we had Paulo, and he was like really metalcore, I guess you would say, guitar player, really technical. And then you had Trey, who was like bluesy type of fucking guitar, like with his solos and melodies. So together it was cool because we had one song where Paulo had a solo and Trey had a solo. So you got like this.
And they switched
this
repeatedly.
you got
Oh, that's
best
cool.
of both worlds is really cool because he was
I like
shredding
that.
this fucking. And then
You
Trey would come
stuff.
up with a
Yeah.
sick, just bendy, fucking bluesy solo, and it was like, wow, it's just awesome,
You actually just very accurately described Lamb of God.
right?
Mhm.
I can't think of the other guy's name. Fuck. The Adler.
Yeah,
He's very, speed metal, thrash metal oriented, whereas Mark Morton, kind of like what you said, is more
Bluesy.
blues.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool when you put it together for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think out of all the bands, minus Tragic, that's probably one of my favorite bands. Man, we were writing really great music that was different.
I mean, hell, look at Dime. A lot of the I know we're talking about we don't really do scales, but a lot of the scales that he played in were all fucking
Yeah.
blues scales.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I like blues. I like it, if my
Yeah,
favorite
influenced
guitar player
everything,
is somebody
man.
that can really shred blues and shit, man. Like
Yes.
make a guitar sing, you know.
Fuck yes.
I can sit down and watch a blues fucking band play all night. you know?
Absolutely.
Well, anybody who says that blues don't belong in rock and roll, 2 words: Black Sabbath.
Right.
Yes.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's
they
always
obviously
been there.
have no idea what the fuck they're talking about if they say some shit like
Right. Yeah. It's always been there, man. I've always been attracted to that shit. Like, you know, you can be shredder guy over here, but if it ain't got no soul in it, man, it ain't do nothing for
Exactly.
me.
It
You know
ain't
what I'm
doing
saying?
jack
Like, you could be
shit.
the most shreddingest guy in the world, but like this one guy, there's like a video going around and people were bashing him because literally all he would do was just play as fast as he could, but it was dead. It was like, dude, you can do that all day, but it is no.
That is why I'm not a huge fan of Dream Theater.
Right.
Those guys are stupid fucking
Oh, yeah.
talented.
Mhm.
Their music it lacks.
Yeah, don't do anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of more math rock.
Yeah, totally. And I don't do the math.
Yeah.
You don't do the math.
I don't do the math very well.
I've got a feeling. Music is feeling for me.
Yes.
So
Yeah, Dream Theater don't do it.
real quick, we have somebody who wants to ask a question. And the
Wow.
evil laugh says
You
it
want
all.
to run in
Okay.
here and ask a question, buddy?
Say yes, please.
All right.
You're up.
Live studio
Yeah, good
audience.
question.
This is a test for the live studio audience. You guys let me know how it goes.
Come on. Be careful.
This is a better one. There we go.
What is the stupidest thing you ever done in your life?
Stupidest thing you've ever done in your life.
There's been a lot of stupid
Then
things.
you're pretty stupid.
Yeah.
No.
Probably.
Dang.
You're probably right. Yeah.
A lot is the answer.
Yeah. A lot. A lot of things I'm not going to tell you. For
There you
sure.
go.
Yeah,
not gonna
not till you hit like an older age.
Yeah.
Right.
Then
For
we can tell you.
sure. Because this is a kid-friendly show. God damn it.
You just cussed.
No, it is.
Called
That was
out.
Rob. That was Rob.
It's Rob's fault.
Yep.
It's Rob's fault. All right, so show for this Friday.
Yes.
Eh,
Ah, wow.
Did you want to cough up the lineup there, Andrew?
can. I don't know the order, but I know that there's a band called Tragic that's playing. I know there's a band called This Dying Breed that's playing. Believe Defy the Tyrant. And Breathing Through.
Yep.
It's a pretty freaking solid lineup.
Yes.
All jokes aside,
No, it really
it's,
is.
It's pretty freaking
It
solid.
is a really solid lineup.
This Dying Breed don't play a lot. I mean, I don't think any of us really play a lot in town, so it'd be cool
No.
to get everybody in the same room. We haven't played a show with This Dying Breed. I think we played.
We haven't played a show in a long time.
I was trying to remember. I was trying to remember the last time I saw you guys play like a full-on, non-acoustic
Yeah.
jam.
Yeah.
And
been a minute.
which those are great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
We cheated.
Yeah, I mean, I like playing live.
Yeah.
Loud. Acoustic stuff's pretty cool, but don't really tickle my fancy.
Yeah, I mean,
I want that
we're
shit
we're
turned
all on
up.
the outside looking in
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
type
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah. I like
Every time I see somebody with an acoustic guitar, I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna play that fucking song, ain't they?
Right. Yeah.
I can't stand it. Can't fucking stand
I
it.
think one day we've had hopes of like doing like even we talked about that with the legacy, like just making like a full blown like old school MTV like storyteller like show with a couple of bands, like
Yes.
I'm talking like put the couches on the stage,
Right.
light some candles.
make a cool environment, something
yeah.
that give people more than just guys on the stage. With
You kind of did that at the little thing in Crawfordville.
Yeah.
You kind of did that,
Yeah.
but not quite to that
Yeah.
extent.
But who knows?
Bro,
Who
You
knows?
never know.
That would be awesome.
that'd be
But I think it'd be kind of
It'd
cool.
be
Like,
super
do it,
cool.
Like,
to properly do it.
yeah, to properly do it the right way. And
Yeah.
it's hard to keep people's attention, I think, with acoustics.
Oh, just straight acoustics. But
Yeah. But if you make an
Uh,
environment and make it, it might be,
I like full band acoustic with drums
yeah.
and everything. Seven Dust does it. I still watch a video a lot where they played up in Atlanta and they did a full acoustic show with drums and everything. And it's just,
Yeah.
of course, LeJean has like so much freaking energy.
Yes.
I mean,
My
they-
first
I
Seven
can
Dust
play the
show
harmonica
was
and
acoustic.
LeJean would be up there freaking getting them going.
Yeah. I think me and Jeremiah's first show, we saw him acoustic at was it Late Night Library?
Yes.
Late Night Library.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yes. That was like 20
I
years
think I was
ago.
like
Not
14.
not quite 20 years ago, but
Yeah.
damn near.
We saw him. I listened to him a little bit, and then we went up and saw him, and I was like blown away. Like even like the acoustics, dude. People were in that place just jumping up and down. Like it was. They put on one hell of a freaking acoustic show, and I think they kind of set example for a lot of the bands that do it now. Like,
I've said this about your band. Whenever you play acoustic music and the shit's fucking heavy,
yeah,
even acoustic, that man, best.
yeah,
You know you've got it at that point.
yeah, and it's hard to take those songs and turn them into that acoustic wise. Like that was our biggest thing. Is how in the hell do we take like a song like Enemy and make it acoustic? You really got to change your mindset on it and do things like vocally differently.
As long as you keep the pyro.
right, yeah,
Yes.
acoustic.
I'm
power
still
show.
sitting in the garage.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do the light show?
I don't know. We might dumb it down this go around. We're still working on kinks.
I the first time you did it, I was like, I don't know. And then like the second time, I was like, man, it's fucking awesome.
I couldn't
Yeah.
see shit.
Yeah,
No, and that really was my complaint. Like you can't. There were times where everything is so bright that it kind of did take
Yeah.
away from being able to see the band. But it's not about seeing you necessarily. It's about the show.
yeah. It's about the environment.
Yeah.
But we kind of. I mean, even you go to these big festivals like Welcome to Rockville, man.
Right.
The lights are. We did a show at Club LA with Breaking Machine, one of my older bands, and like we played, and then we were in the audience and watched the second show or the second band, and like it just opened my mind to like holy, like just watching the band and the lights and shit. And it's like, dude, if that band didn't have those lights, like it wouldn't look nearly as fucking badass and cool as it did. It just
Right.
creates an environment. Man,
Yes.
that it just looks great, and you feel like you're at a fucking rock show.
Yep.
We've always been like, people are going to pay to see us, and we want to put on a fucking rock show. And no ego behind it at all. It's just like we want to give people their money's worth, And the first show was super fucking bright, and I even told Andrew, like, dude, you gotta dumb those down a little bit. No, we're going full blown blinders, bro. Like, the second one, I think we dumbed them down. a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I wasn't completely off point then.
No, you
No,
weren't.
not at all.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I had my good friend Matt East run lights on the second one, and I had turned him down. I said, last time we did it, it was fucking bright as hell,
Right.
and I didn't realize it until we were in it. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't do shit about it now. And
Yeah.
Joey was running the lights on the first
Yeah.
one, which he did a fucking awesome job.
Yeah.
But I had Matt do the second one, and he could. I guess he reverted it or something, but it went back to full fucking bright again. And I was like, oh shit. And he's like, fuck it, just do it. Fuck
Yep.
it all the way,
Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Come to think of it now.
Fuck it.
I can't stand playing a show where the lights suck,
Right.
whether off time or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
why
just weird, right? Like,
Which is why I appreciate, I'll go up and fuck with you during shows up in the booth there, Andrew. But I appreciate you're so focused on like, all right, here's a beat, button, here's a beat, button, here's a beat, button.
it makes it,
I
man,
try.
right? Like it does.
Yeah, it
really-
can, because the
it
song
really
is a
makes it.
song. The song's going to be played and it's going to sound how it is.
Yeah.
But the lights are going to add some of the fucking element to the mood.
Yeah, it adds the energy to it.
And
you
if
know?
it's just like say just you flip the house lights on and play the same show, it ain't going to be the same fucking show.
No.
I played a show at Big Daddy's one time, and this song was a heavy, fucking sick, heavy goddamn song. And we were coming up to like a breakdown. I guess Rob kind of heard it coming. This is completely unscripted. Didn't tell him, hey, we do something for us. So whenever the breakdown came, he hit the fucking strobe lights, and it was just the coolest fucking thing.
Yeah.
with the fucking this guy right here
Yeah.
during a sick goddamn breakdown.
Yeah, there's visuals. People,
And I'll give it to
Yeah.
both Joey and Matt. Like when they ran lights for us, they didn't. I mean, Joey knows the songs, but and Matt's got more experience on the lights, but he didn't know the songs that well, so he was just kind of doing it by feel. Now that I mostly run lights at the venue, it's kind of challenging sometimes. I'm like, I don't know where this is at, but being a musician, I'm like, okay, I think the breakdown's going to go here, and I'll try to do this and try to do
Exactly.
that. So it's
no, I mean, the last show I was at, you were running lights. It was great.
Mhm.
Like, like,
So it was
I think that's
2/3
what that-
after the second chorus, breakdown.
right.
yeah.
Boom, breakdown, back into the bridge, back into another chorus, and
Yep.
Yeah, it's usually but same.
First chorus,
There you-
bridge.
Yeah.
there you go.
Chorus.
You want secrets, kids? There's the secrets.
Right. Yeah. But there is something
Just
to the
giving all
lights, man,
kinds
for
of
sure.
knowledge
Like,
out
Yeah.
here.
that's what we're trying to
I don't
provide
play
is
this
a
shit no
fucking an
Start going
experience.
classes.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And that's where we're wanting to be, and that's why we're doing the click tracks and everything. So we don't need a light guy. So everything's programmed on the lights to the
Just
click.
program it.
So we just set them up and we just play our show. It's all scripted out on the lights, But shit, the lights of the Legacy are great. I
Yes.
told Andrew, I was like, I don't even think we need them, dude. Like, I think y'all done a hell of a job with the lights up there, the sound, everything. Like, it's just
The one thing that stood out
Right.
was about the sound was the first time, I can't remember what band it was, but they went on stage and they hit that first note and you could see, I think it was the bass player, and he hit that first note and his face went, like, he was like, what just happened? Like, I was
Wow.
like, okay, so
Yeah, it jazzes the band up too, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that's their song that they're playing.
That's their
Mhm.
energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
And if you just
feel
have
it.
like one solid white light stuck on you, it's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And he got up there
It
and
doesn't work for the crowd either, like you're saying. Like
Yeah.
when you're watching it, man, it just doesn't work. And, it's cool to see it. I mean, I've watched a couple bands up there when Andrew's been running them. Yeah, he does a great job. It looks
Yeah, you
really
do.
fucking awesome.
Thank you.
We had a chance to practice up there on that stage one time, and I took my ears out, dude. Like I was like, dude, this shit, you feel it. Like I don't need to hear anything.
Yeah, you
I
do.
feel everything on
Yeah.
that stage. Like it's crazy.
feel it
So,
in the crowd too.
yeah, I mean, you feel it in your chest. It's pretty wild. So
You reverted back to your bass player days, dude.
right, exactly. No, I feel the bass kick, the bass. Like you felt all that stuff on the stage.
You're just like my monitor. Give me fucking kick drum, hi hat.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anybody else.
Yeah, fucking right.
A little bit of me, baby.
hmm Yeah, so Friday is gonna be kick ass, dude. It's gonna be awesome to hear Breathing Theory coming there and all the other bands coming there. It's gonna be
It's gonna be a great
excited,
show.
man. The sound's gonna be great. Mike's gonna
Yeah.
be great. It's gonna be a good show.
So, in case anybody out there who cannot read, it has been at the bottom of your screen almost the majority of the show. So, this Friday, the 26th, at the Legacy at the Riverfront, you have a bunch of badass bands coming in. You have Tragic, Got Defy the Tyrants, Dying Breed, and Breathing Theory. And doors are at 7:30. Show starts at 8. And what are the ticket prices?
Ooh.
Fuck, we should
Count
have
me
did a
off guard on
giveaway.
that one.
Hey, she knew it. 12 advance and 15 at the door. She knew it.
There's a lot of T,
Wait,
B's,
so-
and D's in these bands.
my
So
God,
this
we
is
should
one of the
take it
shows
away.
that we're not, or we have a promoter that's coming in and doing it.
Right.
So, and the promoter's with Breathing Theory, so they're
Okay.
running the whole gig.
Oh yeah, and speaking of, real quick before we end, we have this Dying Breed in the house.
Hey.
Right here.
Dylan
What's up,
Hey.
Broski?
Meow, meow, meow.
and
Meow, meow, meow. Timestamp.
fashionably late as always.
I'm sure.
Best I can do is
Tree pity.
Joey keeps us grounded, don't he? We're working on a new video with Joey here soon.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we're just gonna work on a video.
Smart ass.
Hey.
That's
Nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
So we got another single, Deadweight, we're gonna put out. So we're gonna try to work on a video for that. That'll be later down the road. But we are Unbroken. We're gonna put out here soon. I don't know the exact date, but when we do, we'll let everybody know.
Oh yeah.
It's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, and Joey does a great job with videos. He fucking kills it every time.
Yeah.
I probably still have more than 12 listens within 24 hours of it coming out this time.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, It's frustrating, right? You know, dive down that hole, but
Sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up.
no, you're good. You put a lot in this stuff, and sometimes you bummed out on the results. But
I don't know what that
We're
means.
having our own conversation.
Oh, okay.
so
So
before,
I guess I'll see my way out of it then.
it's
so we do want to make sure that everybody shows up this Friday to support all the bands. And before we go, we have a video we can play of you guys. You guys want to pick it? We have Remember, or you can go back to basics and do Enemy.
whatever y'all want, man. Something y'all. I've heard them a million times.
Mason says Remember.
Remember, that's his favorite song for sure.
All right.
Mason, you want to count it in?
That may never come true, but there's a little me inside of you. How close your heart beats so cold. I keep reaching for the words, but they seem to fade. Still waiting for apologies you never made, but there's still a piece of you left inside of me. How close your heart beats so cold. God damn all these lies. I was dying inside. Now I realize what it feels like to be alive. I remember all the words that you said to me, all the games you
jackass.
Good. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh man. Oh, that's great.
All right, go to this fucking show. I'm gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, it'd be awesome.
Show up.
So, Breathing Theory, This Dying Breed, Defy the Tyrant. Might be doing some little guest vocals with Defy the Tyrant, I think.
Oh,
You gonna carry Kurt? You're gonna carry Kurt around?
Yeah. Shit, Kurt carrying me around. And he's like a little strong man.
are you doing Upside Down?
No.
No. Okay. Right,
yeah.
I won't say anything. I don't
Okay.
want to ruin
True.
their-
True.
their thing, you know?
Got it.
Show up and see.
Yeah, show up and see, and help us send Joey off, man, in a good way. So we're gonna miss that fucker. So, but we're gonna do one shebang. Kind of cool because we're gonna bring him out on a dolly. We're gonna just wrap him around with the rope so he can stay up and not fall over. You know, so. And then we're done. We're gonna kick him off the fucking stage.
Right off the front.
Right?
This is Sparta.
Yeah.
Stage dive.
Yeah, crowd surf.
Crowd surf.
It'll be cool, man. It'll be like a sending off and a new beginning thing for us, and come out and see Dylan play with us too. So
Hell yeah.
welcome in our new guitar player. So
Which
Yeah.
Joey will still be in the background and helping us
yeah,
out.
he's still gonna help us out and do what he can
do what he
do.
can while he's working on his health stuff. So
Hell yeah.
he's very much still a part of the band.
He always will be, I
Always,
think.
yeah, for sure. So
Yeah, he's a great dude.
hopefully he gets his stuff in order and gets back and he can do it again. But yeah, in the meantime, yeah.
Hell yeah. May 26th. That's
Look,
right.
yes.
Yeah, this Friday, man, come on out. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Get off work and come out and partay. And
Patient.
Bye.